Hello, I'm Amara Jones and welcome to Caffeine TV, your daily video news brief, here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. The first number up today is 60, as in 60,000. That's the number of people, according to organizers of pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong, of people who've turned out to participate in those demonstrations. Now, if you saw pictures from those events over the weekend that are now lasting into today, they might be eerily familiar of another set of demonstrations, namely those in Ferguson, Missouri. So much so that the people in Hong Kong have adopted the hands up, don't shoot mantra for what they're doing. Now, in both Hong Kong and Ferguson, what's going on is the result of a democracy deficit in both Ferguson and Hong Kong, which led to an event which then caused a wider conflagration. Now, over the weekend, PBS's Gwen Ifill had a program on Ferguson in Ferguson, and certain people stood up and said that they didn't know why they would participate in the political process there to make a change and to make things better. And that's why I think it's really important for us to see the people in Hong Kong, in China, a country of 1 billion people where no one has the right to vote. There are tens of thousands of people who are willing to lay their lives on the line for something that none of us should take for granted. The next number up today is 31. That is the number of people who tragically lost their lives on the sides of Mount Ontake this weekend in Japan, a dormant volcano which suddenly became undormant. And I don't know about you, but the word dormant in front of volcano is not comforting. I mean, the San Andreas Fault is dormant until it moves. And it got me to think about another event in Japan, the Fukushima disaster, where anthropologists discovered on the hill way above the town markers from 700 to 800 years ago. People had carved into the stone, "Do not build below this point. Tsunami danger." Well, we know what happened. Now, this doesn't only happen in Japan. Here in New York, we built an entire nuclear reactor on a dormant fault line. And all of this caused me to think about the fact that we need to be a little bit more respectful of where we live. As a matter of fact, nature gives us a hall pass to live here. We don't own the planet, we get to share the planet. And perhaps we need to pay a little bit more attention of what's going on around us, since despite all of our attempts otherwise, the planet on which we live is very much alive. The last number up today is 93. That's as in 93%. Now, according to the New York Times, that's the number of men that participated in a study on male heterosexual physical contact who said that they had had male physical heterosexual contact. They're athletes, which of course makes it different, and it was embedded in an article in the Times on male hugging. Now, I have to say that I found interesting the fact that not only is this happening, but there is an app called Cuddler in which you can find local people who want to have platonic physical contact to cuddle. Now, I thought I knew all about these cuddling apps. I knew about the Grindr. I know about the Tinder. There's the Jack. And I think A4A even has an app for y'all. Well, it's easy to make jokes about this and to say something funny about it. But maybe this is something that we should actually all support, because last week we had a conversation about the fact that male gender roles have to change, giving the shift in the power dynamic between men and women. And so males have to open up and perhaps think and do things differently. So all I can say is that instead of making more jokes about male-to-male heterosexual contact, it's something that I intend to get behind.